This energy is strong, it's powerful, it's destroyed nations, it's built nations, right? You have to learn how to be able to control and transmute it. What's up, guys? So, a little different one today. Today is the first day over in Chicagoland. It's been Qigong worthy, right? Outside, dogs are out. Dogs meaning the dog behind me and my toes. And feel fucking alive. Feel fucking alive. Every single year, this time of year, something in the air, the sunshine, the grass, just feels like our bodies are just rejoicing. Our souls are rejoicing. Literally, like our souls are coming out of hibernation. And if I could convey to you guys how good it feels to be on a month, I'm gonna try to convey it in this video, but to be on a month-long SR streak, right? Pure, meaning like minimal lustful thoughts, of course, no release, no ejaculation. I'm fasted right now, so I feel amazing, and I'm doing Qigong, so I'm absorbing the sun, the grass, the air, and I have energy flowing through my body, right? This is like the peak human experience, and it doesn't require money, right? It requires, I'm sitting in a field right now, and like this is like the most fulfilling and just, oh, it feels so good, right? And so what that is the body in union with the soul, right? The desires together. The problem is, if the physical desires, the ego's desires, are against the soul's desires, right? You feel that tension, and you will also lead yourself to doom, right? I don't feel a desire to lust right now, right? I don't feel desire for greed. I don't feel envious. I feel abundant internally, right? Because I'm taking care of my body and my soul along with it. Now, a huge requirement for this, which if you see my other videos, you know this, is going to be SR, right? Semen retention, right? I can explain the best I can how important it is. Like, essentially, you're just keeping your life force, your spirit juice within you, but you have to experience it, brother, right? You have to experience it. And you can't just say, hey, I'm going to go just stop fapping, and then 3 days, 4 days later, everything's changed. A lot of people, they feel way better, but it's the art of the practice is you're retaining this energy, and this energy is not only expelled through ejaculation, but it's expelled through here, lust, right? It becomes stagnant through lust. And so if you can always be transmuting that, right, you will stay in constant flow state, and people will feel it, brother. People will feel it. And I just started my new job about 3 weeks ago, and so I've had more motivation to retain. You know, I'm going to see people on a daily basis, and people are feeling my energy, and I have a little extra purpose right now. But I've been on a pure SR streak since, and the magnetism has been great, right? Zero social anxiety, none at all. And people feel it. The women feel it, right? Everyone feels it. And so, including myself, which is the most important, is I go to work and I feel abundant. I feel like I could spread that energy to other people. Now, if I were to go and, pull up the hub and then release tonight, I would go in and I would be drained of a lot of that magnetism. I would still have a good amount of it. I would still have some of it. But say I did it 3 times, boom, 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 I would be like a zombie. They'd be like, who is this guy, right? Who's this abundant guy that we usually see? He seems like a different person today, because I have nothing to give, right? I have no abundance within myself. So, man, me and the sun and the grass and the air, we go way back, man. I hadn't had this YouTube channel yet, but when I first started the method, guys, when I first got on my journey of self-development, I came home, and you know how we have the pillars. We have physical, mental, sexual, spiritual. My physical body was already pretty good, right? There was still more to do. There was more health to lock in, diet actually taking care of my body, but I had a good physique. And my mindset was in the process of getting better. I was focusing on self-development, trying hard things. But what was really lacking in my life was the spiritual aspect, right? I had no idea my identity, right? I had constant thoughts going in my mind all day. A lot of them were negative, right? And I had these samskaras, which I learned in the book Untethered Soul, which is blocked energy within me, right? A lot of that was from past relationships and also college, feeling out of place, feeling lost. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to dedicate my life right now. And I did this like consciously but subconsciously. Like I was like, all right, let me do some meditation. And during the meditation, it's like, whoa. For the first time in my life, instead of being a slave to my thoughts, I can actually see them. What? And so I started doing that. I downloaded the Waking Up app, and oh man, I'm getting nostalgic thinking about this. I did this on a daily basis for like a year, damn near. I have like 500 hours stacked up, not 500 hours, 500 sessions stacked up on there, which is like 100 hours of meditation, right, in a year. And that point of those, when I was focused on my spiritual health meditation, I mean, I was going outside, I was grounding every day. My morning routine was like an hour. I would do yoga, then I would do breath work, then I would do meditation, 20 minutes each, and I did that every single morning. And I would do it out in the grass. And like, I felt now how I feel now, as far as internal peace goes and fulfillment. Now my confidence is way higher now because I have much more experience and I'm much more self-developed, but my spirit was so fulfilled, right? And I was very abundant at that stage. And then I didn't really get that back until recently because I was so focused on kind of like the grind. I was like, okay, I've gotten to the point where I understand my beliefs on my ego. I've seen my ego multiple times. I've seen the way it works, etc. I'm generally able to filter out negative thoughts and see where they come from. My samskaras are released, right? I don't care about what happened in the past anymore, right? When I do think about it, I let it pass through me. Now let me focus on business, right? Let me do that. Let me level up there. And at that point, I got like really stressed out in life. Like I opened my own business and it was tough, and it was winter hit too, and so I wasn't as focused on my spiritual health. And that was like a grindy period. Like if that summer was like me just flowing through life like a river, it was like the winter was like me trying to swim uphill to that river, right? Which is also a great period of life that I look back now on because it built me. But I need to be able to integrate them both, which I'm doing now. Did that business, doing MMA, personal training, moved to online coaching, still doing that, back to personal training and online coaching, which I've been loving, that combo. And I feel in such flow state because SR, guys. Because SR, and I'm also just on a daily basis doing what I need to do, right? I'm embracing this comfort of the gym, right? Actively looking and starting conversations on the floor, seeking out clients, posting content on a daily basis, right? Got some sort of congestion. I don't know what it is. Hopefully I don't got allergies. Posting content on a daily basis, right? I'm doing everything I need to be doing while also building my life force. And this is it, guys. This is it. If you are already doing SR, great, right? Keep it up. Watch my video on how to actually transmute sexual energy to learn how to do the practice correctly. But if you're not, I'm telling you, right? This practice is essential. Now, I was actually talking to my brother the other day about the method and about like how we take someone's been doing the method and they built the internal confidence, but then they're still struggling socially, right? You have to first build the internal confidence fully, right? Through all 4 pillars. Watch the masterclass for that. And then from there, social exposure is the next pillar, right? Social exposure is the next pillar. So if you do have that internal confidence, but you're not used to socializing, your brain sees the social experience as a threat. It does, right? It sees it as a threat because it's new, you don't know what to do, maybe you've had some negative feedback before, and so you need to get the repetitions in for your brain to see it as normal, just an everyday thing. And that's why I can go into work now and feel zero anxiety, even though there's a bunch of beautiful women, a bunch of high status men, feel totally, utterly confident to talk to them, right? Because I've put myself through so much social exposure and also have so much internal abundance to give that socializing is natural for me now, right? And I have high energy, okay? And guys, if you know me, if you know this channel, social anxiety was the bane of my existence. It was the bane of I was socially anxious around dweebs, right? I was afraid then. And like, even women who I wasn't even attracted to, I was afraid to talk to, because number one, I wanted my validation from them, and number two, I was just bad at socializing, right? All the social experiences I was in was just like meaningless, low quality conversations, brothers, right? And so my brother took one of his clients to the gym the other day, and you know, he's been struggling with social confidence a little bit. He's been doing the method and he's evolved there, but social is the next step. And you know, he was like, just go do it, talk to the dude. And it was like, just walk up to the dude and ask him a question about something. And it was a real struggle for him, because his brain associates that social conversation with danger, right? It's not used to it. Eventually he did it, and he was like, wow, that's a lot easier than I thought. But he asked him like a week later, have you been doing your social exposure? And he said no, right? You have to treat social exposure like any other area of self-development, guys. Any other area, right? It needs reps. It needs daily reps. And the more uncomfortable the social exposure is, the bigger of a rep it is, right? Take another one of my guys. I don't know if I'm allowed to say his name, so I'm not going to without permission. But take another one of our guys who really struggled with social confidence before joining the method. That's the whole reason he did it. He'd been doing self-improvement for years and was not socially confident, could not approach people. Through repetitive social exposure, we have a resource in the method that explains how to do it step by step. Through repetitive social exposure, over 3 months, he's built himself up to the point where he's cold approaching cute girls. And he's like, it's easy now. Insane, because he's put in the reps. That's the difference, right? That's the difference with all the guys on the method. It's the ones who say, hey, this sucks, because social exposure is probably, it's harder than any other thing on the method. Everything on the method is easy. It's usually, you're just doing your own thing, right? But the guys say, hey, this is what I need to get there. I've decided to do this. I've committed to doing this from the day one of joining the method, taking my life under my hands. Just got to do it. Same with content. Same with content, brothers. Just wanted to rant to you guys a little bit, transmute a little bit of energy today. It's fucking gorgeous out here today. I love you guys. I don't even know what I'm going to title this one. I just realized I want to give you guys some tools before I go to lock it on your spiritual health. Download the Waking Up app if you have not done meditation. It's great. Guided meditations will get you started in the practice. Change your fucking life. SR. I have multiple semen retention resources on here on how to do the practice. You would think like, why do I need resources? Don't I just not beat my dick? No. This energy is strong. It's powerful. It's destroyed nations. It's built nations. Right? You have to learn how to be able to control and transmute it. So watch those. Also, be eating clean food, guys. I feel great. My vegan diet has me feel fucking amazing, bro. Not eating dead animals. That's not blocking up my spirit. That being said, you can still feel great eating dead animals, but if you want to feel your best, cut them out of your diet, have vegan resources there. Let's see what else. Get outside, get your feet on the grass, do some qigong. We're continuously uploading videos on that, creating more and more of a database for you guys. Qigong is fucking phenomenal. And then just be on your purpose. Wake up every day and avoid dopamine draining tasks, right? Avoid the instant gratification. Get your gratification from effort, right? That's how you build, right? That's what you put your energy into, right? And then exercise, of course, be working out, right? Whether that's MMA. MMA is going to be the best form of transmutation for exercise-wise. Go to the gym. Do them both. That's what I'm going to do after this bodybuilding competition. I love you guys. Peace.